Hello. Acrylic colours and mediums are great materials for making collages. They act as very effective, archival, pH-neutral adhesives. On this sheet of watercolour paper, I'm going to roughly paint swatches of acrylic colours. Once these are dry, I'll come back and cut out shapes to form the basis for my collage. This technique allows you to collage with exactly the shapes and colours you want to use. Matisse made paintings this way towards the end of his life when he could no longer move about freely. He called them his cutout paintings, and he made small pieces himself, but his famously massive works were created with the help of his assistants. He covered the walls of his room with large-scale shapes that they painted, cut and placed at his direction. I'll also paint a small section of canvas and then give all of this some time to dry. Using these highly pigmented block colours, I'm going to cut a variety of shapes to use for my collage. While I'm working on a small scale with simple shapes today, you can make these swatches as large as you like for bigger paintings, and the shapes can be more complex too. They can form the basis of a work or be added to the surface of an acrylic painting. I'm using a canvas board as my surface today and masking off a shape which will be the first layer of this collage. Before painting my base acrylic colour, Perylene Red, I need to paint a layer of white acrylic paint along the edge of the tape to act as a seal so the coloured paint doesn't bleed underneath. This technique gives you a nice crisp edge. Now that the white is dry, I'll paint out the Perylene Red, and when I remove the tape you can see there's no bleed and I have a nice line. I'm using gloss medium as an adhesive to stick down my collage materials. It's an effective glue for paper and fabrics and will stand the test of time, having no adverse effect on your artwork. I'll now mask off a shape on top of my collage to add another dimension to the work with a layer of azo yellow medium paint. Next, I'll add a piece of acrylic sheet I made earlier, and the wet paint will hold this to the paper. This was made yesterday for another masterclass on how to make acrylic sheets. Watch that if you'd like to learn more. I'll finish by adding this small section of canvas, attaching it with matte medium again. When your work is complete, to remove the paper from the block, just run your palette knife around the edges. It's tempting, but don't pull it off the block or the corners may curl. There are many more materials you can use, but acrylic paint, canvas and medium are great materials to create an archival collage. I hope you enjoy trying this out yourself.